I started using Actively Learn because I was having trouble with my students using or completing their course readings. So the readings that we assign in the syllabus, my students weren't always completing them. And then I was doing entrance exams or pop quizzes to try to get them to complete them, all taking away from instructional time. So I sought out a tool that would allow me to increase their engagement around core text. And once I started using Actively Learn, I noticed that it had features that allowed me to track students' reading, so I could log on and just see who read the text, or I could log on and see who completed questions that I put in the text. So one of the things that Actively Learn lets a professor do is upload text, whether it's a Word document, a PDF, or a website. And then within that document, you can embed questions or notes that guide a student through the text. So this is good for a couple of reasons. One, it forces students to do the reading, but also it forces students to do the reading with the correct mindset or the correct guide through a complex text. So that was part of what I loved about it, is that I could kind of embed my thinkings or my little prompts within a text. What I liked about Actively Learn is there's features within the program. So the first feature is a workspace, and this is where you can upload so far endless documents. You can upload documents and assign them to students through classes. So you can create a class, give it any title that you want, and then students join the class with a class code. And once they join the class, they're in your class, and any assignment you give to them, they have access to, and it tracks their engagement around the text. So did they complete the questions? Did they write notes about the questions? Because students can also embed their notes, which they can then print out so that they can review an article at a later date and remember all the things they were thinking while they read this core text. And it also allows you to, if you do an upgraded version, you can track how much time they spent on a text. So there's clever students that will pop into a text for a few minutes and just quickly answer questions so they get their check that they did the assigned reading. And I was actually looking for much more in-depth reading. So I do sometimes go in and check that students read for an extended period of time, so I felt that they interacted with the text. And this has benefited my class greatly because we can begin right when the bell rings. As soon as class begins, I know that my students did the reading because I was able to look at all their data before class, and we can have rich discussions around course content, and students are able to participate and feel comfortable contributing to class.